Hello, this is Manesh Patel from the EII Capital Group. Today is March 20th, 2011. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the futures market, where we cover commodity futures, metals, oils, gases, everything else out there that you could think of. Okay. Before we begin, this is our normal disclaimer. This is to state this is for educational use only. All charts are either in Thinkorswim, TradeStation, or FreeStockCharts.com. Okay. Here are our contact details. You can follow us on Twitter at Ichimoku Trading, or you could go to our website and access any of our free videos that are available out there, or you could contact me if you have any questions. Okay, so let's go straight to the charts. It's been a while since we've done this video, but commodities futures are being exciting. Hopefully everyone's been thinking of them being exciting. If not, don't worry, we're about to go through them. Okay, so as you know, in the last video we had all the commodity futures were still running majorly. So let's start looking at everything now. So if you look over here, and let me just adjust my chart. So I want to get rid of some of these volume stuff here. We don't want to see all that stuff at open interest, really. So let me just give me 1 second. I'll adjust the Thinkorswim charts for futures and get rid of all this stuff. Okay. So remember, to your left you have your daily time frame, to your right you have your weekly. Okay. If you look here, the bullish trend in 1 week basically has shown that it's in a major pullback, and it's actually getting to the top of the cloud, believe it or not, on the weekly time frame. If you look at the daily time frame, you could see that this thing has gone. It was in a bullish trend and sit there retreated, and now in its first major pullback that it's had. Okay, now this major pullback, depending on how far it pulls back, may turn into a trend reversal, but right now it's in a major pullback. It doesn't mean the trend's over, it's in a major pullback. Okay, and honestly, if it goes below 30.56, then this thing possibly will sit there and end its major trend. If you look at crude oil is still bullish trending on the weekly. As you can see, it still has held the Tinkinson ground. And if you look here, it's still bullish on the daily. It's getting a little weaker as it consolidates, but it's got this week and next week, actually next couple of weeks, to sit there probably and break out. And if it does break out in the next couple of weeks, this thing's going to start a nice bullish trend to the top side, where it can sit there and potentially get up all the way up to about 112 and then reach further up. But our target level on this is at least 112, 54, and go from there. Okay. Cotton, if you look at cotton, it's still bullish trending on the weekly time frame. As you can see, it's in a little minor pullback on the weekly, which is basically showing you that it's in a medium pullback here on the daily. This thing does look like it needs a little more pullback, so you may have a little more pullback if it doesn't break this level here of 200.91. This potential will come to the top of the cloud, and then the question would be what will happen. But this is in a pullback phase, so be careful right now. If you're in it, tighten up your stops. If you're not in it, wait and be patient. Feeder cattle, you can see bullish trending on the weekly, pullback phase basically on the daily. Daily it's weakening there, so it looks like it's got more of a pullback that's coming there unless it pushes up. Okay. Let's go look at lean hogs. Lean hogs, if you could see, is bullish trending on the weekly. Still very, very strong on the weekly, believe it or not, even though you got a lot of volatility that's bringing into this. Here, it's in a major pullback now phase, and you got to wait and see what happens with a pullback. Okay. Let's go look at copper futures. Look at copper futures. They're in a pullback phase to the medium pullback here to the Tinkinson here on the weekly. It held, and now it's up to the Tinkinson here. If this daily does break this level of 4.50, then you have a possibility of a trend starting to happen on copper where it's going to retest the high and possibly break through. So this thing is setting up for bullish momentum going to the top side, but we got to wait and see because we're at one critical level now. Because if it's going to sit there and go bearish, it's going to enter a major pullback. It's going to do that this week. If not, it's going to basically pull up, and at that point, it's going to start going higher. Heating oil, as you could tell, is in a bullish trend on the weekly. Here, it's consolidating at the top here. This thing's got a couple more days. This week, it's got to sit there and start breaking, get to the top part of this range here and start breaking out. If not, this can't sit there and enter a major pullback as far as weekly is concerned. Okay. Coffee. If you look at coffee, it's a major trend on the weekly time frame. Did a minor pullback with a Tinkinson here on the daily. It's got to sit there and go below 278 now to sit there and retest the high and keep on going higher. If it falls here right now in the next couple of days, then this is going to enter a medium pullback on the weekly time frame. Okay, lumber. If you look at lumber, it's bullish trending on the daily, consolidating on the bullish trending on the weekly, consolidating on the daily. This thing needs to start making a move one way or another in order to make a commitment, but it's starting to consolidate, and the more it consolidates, the weaker it's going to get. Live cattle. If you look on a weekly, it's bullish trending, but it's in a minor pullback right now, and it's key point right now as far as live cattle is concerned, which way this thing's going to go. If it starts making a move up, then it's going to continue its bullish trend. If it starts making a move down, then it's basically going to sit there and it's going to enter a medium to major pullback. If you look at natural gas, not much going on here. Weekly time frames consolidating. Here on the daily, it's consolidating. You could see that it's made a huge move up here. We need a pullback here, and then we could start looking for opportunities to go long. But right now, there's no trends at all. It's pretty much swing traders and day trading game for natural gas is concerned. Orange juice, you could look on a weekly time frame. It's bullish trending, but it's weak. It's pulling back and actually turning this thing weaker, which is causing it to go below the cloud on the daily. So there's no trade there or trend to look at all there. Palladium, if you look at it here, weekly trending here on bullish trending on the weekly time frame. It's now got to the medium pullback. It's key decision time for Palladium to make its decision this week on what it wants to do. If it continues to go further, then it's going to enter a major pullback. If it goes high, then it's got a potential of breaking out. It's going to retest the highs and maybe going higher. Platinum, it's entering its major pullback here on the weekly time frame, and you could see that here on the daily it's gone bearish. Okay, so the key thing is it's got to get up to about 1761, and then the key decision is what's it going to do at that point. If it breaks through there, then this thing's going to start possibly retesting the high. If it keeps on going lower, then it's going to go lower, and the pullback's going to be all the way up to possibly about 1600. If you look at gasoline, gasoline is bullish trending on the weekly. Did a little pullback, which is shown here on the daily, but in the next couple of days, actually by this week, it's got to start moving up in order to break this. If it doesn't, then next week it does have potential of going lower. But we've been long gasoline, and we think it's going to keep on going higher. If you look at sugar, sugar has now entered a major pullback as far as weekly is concerned. You can see that as a bearish trend possibly forming here. Next couple of days are going to tell you everything as far as sugar is concerned. If sugar breaks 29.38, then it does have a possibility of ending the major pullback and entering a trend again, but we got to wait and see. Sugar, this has been my favorite one to trade. You can see it's been on a weekly bullish trend. On the daily, it's done a pullback, and now it seems to start resuming here. Again, silver has to move up this week in order for it to continue its bullish trend, or it's got a potential of going down. Okay, gold, you could see that it broke out, did a little fake up, came here. It's bullish trending, but if you look at the daily, it's kind of consolidating here at the top, with big wide swings due to volatility with everything going on. So it's not being a good safe trade right now to go bullish, but be very careful with this trade. But seasonally, gold now is supposed to go up into June, so start looking for some breakout trades without volatility. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, 30-year Treasury bonds. If you look at it. If you basically went bearish, it's bearish right now, but it's in the pullback phase. And you can see that this is consolidating, so there's nothing there as far as 30-year Treasury bonds are concerned. Corn, if you look at it, it's major trend upwards. It did a pullback, a medium pullback, and now the key thing is this corn's got to break the 708 level in order for it to continue its bullish trend to the top side. Okay, I guess soybean oil. As you can see, it's been entering a medium pullback here on the weekly time frame with a consolidation pattern at the top. Most likely this is going to enter a major pullback, and it looks like the daily is setting up for that too. So you could do a counter trend mood on the weekly, which would be a bearish trend on the daily. for that one. Okay, 10-year Treasury notes, just like the 30-year, they're consolidating. There's nothing, no trades there as far as trends are concerned. Oats is in a major pullback as far as weekly is concerned. The momentum indicator is now going weak, which is showing you that on the daily time frame, which is a bearish trend that's developing now. If it moves down a little more, this can start a bearish trend to the bottom side as far as the daily is concerned. And lastly, let's go for wheat. Wheat is entering a major pullback as far as the weekly is concerned, and you can see that reflected from the daily. If it starts moving down, then this is going to sit there and start a bearish trend to the bottom side. Hope you enjoyed this week of our futures video. Hope to see you next week.